Kensington Oval workers walk off the job as NUPW says industrial action over the IDC is certain. Rihanna named best-selling digital artist of all time, and UV are through to the national T20 final. Welcome to Nation News for Wednesday, July the 1st, 2015. While the NUPW threatens industrial action in the IDC dispute, a handful of workers at one government statutory agency have taken matters into their own hands by walking off the job. About 6 placard-carrying staff members of Kensington Oval Management Inc. picketed the famous cricket ground to protest the non-payment of retroactive pay. Spokesman Winston Reid said they have been awaiting the payment since 2008. He explained that the Kensington board had signed off on a deal a year ago but later pleaded that the loss-making agency had other commitments. Mr. Reid said workers were angered to learn that management had approved the payment of half the pay for one staff member. The workers say they will remain on the picket line until they all receive their wares. The NUPW says all systems are clear for industrial action after officials failed to get the IDC to vary its decision to force 13 workers who had reached the age of 60 into retirement. A meeting chaired by Industry Minister Donville Innes ended in deadlock, with union officials telling the country it would soon see and feel the weight of the union. Mr. Innes indicated that laying off people who had reached age 60 is seen as a better strategy than severing younger people who were several years away from pensions. He acknowledged that the courts may have to decide.
One was the right of the NUPW to be consulted in these matters and their interpretation of the Employment Rights Act, and where you're reducing staff levels beyond a certain point, the need for the union to be involved. The BIDC pointed out that that speaks to redundancy and not retirement, and therefore there was no need for the union to be heavily involved in the conversation prior to the board's decision. I suspect that that is a point of law that will have to be interpreted by the courts in Barbados, unless there can be a meeting of the mind somewhere down the line.
Commonwealth Secretary General Kamalesh Sharma is in Barbados for the CARICOM Summit, which opens on Thursday. The former Indian diplomat arrived on Tuesday night and told reporters that he was looking forward to speaking to the heads of government.
And there are many initiatives that are coming up. This gives me an opportunity of briefing all the heads of the initiatives that are coming up, and I'm certain they'd be very much interested in it. And of course I look particularly forward to calling on the Governor General, Her Excellency the Governor General, and the Prime Minister and the Foreign Minister, and to see what is it that together in partnership bilaterally, what further work can be done between the Commonwealth and the larger Commonwealth family and Barbados.
Grand Kadooment has a title sponsor for the first time in 10 years, and it's Republic Bank. The announcement was made at a press briefing which followed a colourful parade from the bank's Broad Street branch to its Fairchild Street outlet. Acting CEO of the NCF, Wayne Webster, said it had been a struggle to keep Grand Kadooment as the signature event of Crapova, partly because of dwindling sponsorship. Event producer Aja said Republic support will make Kadooment more exciting.
I know there will be some rebranding of the route. We will have zones, Republic Bank's image will be there along the route, which will make it much more exciting. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Over the next couple of years, we expect that to evolve. Inside the National Stadium itself, we expect more exciting, more excitement, more activity, that will evolve over the next 3 years. For the public, we will also tell you that we at the National Cultural Foundation will be making a special effort to make sure that you can come and enjoy the spectacle in the National Stadium in a safe environment. We are going to be covering the cycle track. There will be covered seating on the cycle track.
The Recording Industry Association of America has declared that Rihanna is the highest selling digital singles artist in its history. The singer became the first artist ever to cross the threshold of 100 million gold and platinum song certifications. Rihanna's milestone is a result of the popularity of the 37 singles she's released in the last 10 years, such as We Found Love, her collaboration with Calvin Harris, which secured a 9-time multi-platinum award. Rihanna is a full 12 million ahead of Taylor Swift, who has sold 88 million singles in the United States, followed by Katy Perry at 79 million. The Recording Industry Association represents record labels and distributors in America. An English school has cancelled a controversial headline-making trip to Barbados because too few pupils signed up to go. Horsforth School in Leeds faced criticism from parents and teaching unions over the $5,000 cost of the proposed sports store, with some describing it as disgraceful and appalling. One parent said it was divisive between parents who could afford it and the parents who could not. The trip was to include 3 sporting fixtures with Bajan teams, evening entertainment, and a catamaran cruise. Graduates of Westbury Primary School have been urged to work hard towards achieving their goals. The advice has come from CEO of the Nation Publishing Company, Vivian Ann Gittins. She told the 82 students they could accomplish anything as long as they set their minds to the task. In sport, Sagicor UWI have booked the first spot in the final of the Sagicor General T20 cricket competition. They beat Lyme by 7 wickets with 19 balls to spare at Kensington Oval on Tuesday night. Scores: Lyme 107 for 9, UWI 111 for 3. ESA Field Pickwick and Counterpunk Wanderers are playing in the second semi-final. And finally, Olympic hockey gold medalist Megan Mickelson and her husband are prepared for all sorts of possibilities as they turn to Twitter to help name their baby boy. Mickelson, a 2-time gold medalist with Canada's women's hockey team, and her husband Scott Reed are expecting in September. The couple will pick their 8 favorite suggestions on Monday and then ask social media to vote on those names. They'll choose their son's name from the 2 that receive the most votes. Says Mickelson, people probably think we're crazy, but it's fun. It will be a fun story to tell our child. And that's Nation News for Wednesday. For more, log on to nationnews.com as well as YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And remember to pick up your Daily Nation on Thursday or subscribe to our e-paper.